Hey everyone, Karen from Karen Goes Carnivore. I hope you're doing well. So I wanted to share something that happened to my body during week 3 of carnivore that I hadn't heard anybody else talking about, and I just wanted to throw it out there. It may not happen to you, but just in case it does, it kind of threw me off a little bit because I was like, what is happening? Okay. So it really had to do with my hunger signals, and honestly, I wasn't really sure what was happening. So I would eat and and I would be full. And remember, if you remember from previous videos where I talked about needing for my body to need to get fat adapted, like I just hadn't been eating a lot of meat or a lot of fat. I had been drinking cream in my coffee, so it's not like I didn't have any fat, but that's another story. But I would say 5 days during week 3, and then it went completely away. I would eat and I would be like, I can't eat anymore. I've explained that in the previous video. When you're getting fat adapted, you're just like, like I just can't eat anymore. And I would, though, immediately feel hungry. And I was like, and I mean like ravenous hungry. I would feel it and I'm like, well, I can't be hungry. I know, like it's like my hunger signals were rebooting, or I have no idea, or getting like confused because of what I was doing, my change. And it was uncomfortable. Because I would eat like almost feeling like a little sick to my stomach because of the fat. And again, like I would eat and then like immediately for like an hour, I would have it just really uncomfortable. So I try drinking a lot of water, more electrolytes. I tried, the electrolytes. And I would say that maybe like an hour or two a day, I experienced that. I didn't log this, so I should have. I didn't know I was going to do a channel at that point. I just decided I'm inspired to share my experience here and just have the dialogues in the comments, because I think this is a kind of change that's really helpful to share with each other, right? So that's why I decided to do this. But I would say it lasted for about 5 days. And it's interesting because it's not like when it was over, I was like, oh, thank goodness it's over. I just actually forgot about it until like an hour ago, where I was like, oh, I should talk about that. That was an interesting thing that happened, really strange, really, but I would have to say then probably, if I'm thinking correctly back, my brain fog is still clearing. So, I would guess that after that period of time, I'd be kind of curious if anyone else had that experience and what it was, what do you think it was? And was that sort of the tipping point? Because I would say after that, then I settled in. My body started settling in. So it's almost, I don't know, it was like this interesting adjustment period that really kind of got me over the hump. And again, it was only like an hour or two a day, but it was uncomfortable, I would have to say. Like enough where I was like, I posted it somewhere just to get some, see if I could get some feedback on what people might have thought it was, that sort of thing. And someone's like, you just need to eat. And I'm like, no, I can't eat anymore. You know what I mean? I remember somebody saying that. They're like, that's because, and I said, okay, I remember this now. I had said, oh, well, I just had half a pound of ground beef or something like that. And that person said, well, somebody said, well, that's my appetizer. That's not even like close to how much I'm like, yeah, well, I haven't been doing this that long. You know what I mean? So, but it happened. My body adapted, So if you are just at the beginning and you're hearing this, I am basically just at the beginning too when I'm recording this. I'm going on, well, I'm about 5.5 weeks in. So, and Oh, I will say, oh, I'll do another video. I was going to say, I'll do another video on this. I was going to say I went out to eat for the first time for 2 months last night. So I'll do another video and talk about that. So yeah, so let me know, what do you think? Did you ever have that experience? And if you did, what advice might you have for others that might have that experience in the future? Again, everybody's body is different, not medical advice. If you're ever concerned, then obviously consult a doctor if that comes up. You know what I mean? In fact, I did consult the practitioner that I'm meeting with actually today in like 30 minutes to look at my urine test and see like what recommendations for supplements and all that she's going to recommend to help heal my cells and give my cells what they need. I'm excited to share that with you. So I did actually text her. I sent her an email and she just wrote back. She obviously didn't have enough information, but I was like, I'll even pay you right now if, just if we can talk about it. But she said that it could be, now I'm going to have to think about it, something like, what did she call it? Hang on a second. So I found it. She had mentioned it could be like SIBO, like a small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, that sort of thing. So I thought, well, okay, whatever. I mean, if that's what I'm going to deal with, that's what I'm going to deal with. But again, it went away. So I'll find out in my results today if that actually showed up, something like that. So it'll be interesting because I'll be excited to do the urine test. Maybe whatever her recommendation is, maybe I'll get the results, do the regimen with the supplements, continue with carnivore for 6 months, and then maybe do it again and see what it looks like. So, all right, well, if you guys have any advice for people who might go through that sort of feeling or any other things that you might have experienced that you didn't know about, that would be another thing to leave comments about so that people can read the comments and get some encouragement or find someone, oh, okay, this might be a normal thing that I'm experiencing. Again, I always have to say, just check with your doctor if you need to. I wouldn't take the comments or anything as just be careful. That's all there is. Just be careful because everybody's body is different, So, all right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.